And many states nationwide have seen record-breaking turnout for a midterm election. Here in Kern County, we're still waiting to see how many voters turned in a ballot, but some early numbers can give us an indication.
Yeah, 17's political reporter Maddie Gannon is in studio this morning with more to break it down. A busy season coming to an end, but it is really interesting to see these numbers.
It is. And in the primary, Kern County had one of the lowest turnouts in the state, just 26% of registered voters turning in a ballot. By the same time, the morning after the primary election, Kern County Registrar of Voters Mary Bedard says we had just over 30,000 ballots counted. In the end, 113,560 people turned in a ballot in Kern County in the primary election. To get an idea of how many ballots the election department has counted this morning, we're looking at the number of people who voted in the governor's race. We're using this as an indicator because this race appears on every Kern County ballot, and most people who vote in a midterm election vote in the governor's contest. So as of this morning, 56,643 people in Kern County voted in this race. 56,000 ballots is just under double the 30,000 we had in the primary at this time. So it could be a good sign turnout has improved this time around.
Yeah, definitely some interesting numbers. I gotta ask you, because we're also watching what's happening across the nation. This morning we're waking up, it's still too close to call on who is going to take control of the House. It is still expected that Republicans will gain control, but many analysts and lawmakers were actually expecting this overwhelming red wave. We're already hearing from some lawmakers, Senator Lindsey Graham saying it was disappointing to see that it was not a red wave. What happened?
Well, exactly. And as we know, it's typical in midterm elections. The party in control of the White House, in this case, Democrats under President Joe Biden, lose seats in a midterm election. So, we were expecting that this year, coupled with 40-year high inflation, high crime rates under Democrat control in Washington, led many analysts to predict we were going to see this red wave. At this point, we don't know what happened. It could be in part the Dobbs decision has still kept Democrats energized, but we just haven't seen this red wave that we thought we were going to see.
Obviously, though, if Republicans do take control of the House, which, again, they are still expected to do just by not as wide of a margin, this has a lot of significance for our own Republican Congressman Kevin McCarthy. He's the leader right now of the minority in the House. This would put him in line for the speakership.
Absolutely. And, it's really been his job to try to lead Republicans in taking back the House. He's been traveling the country this election cycle, trying to get those GOP candidates elected, trying to flip competitive House seats. A year ago, he predicted the Republicans would flip 60 House seats, as many as 60. We obviously have not seen that. Yesterday, he predicted 20 House seats would be a red wave. We haven't seen that as well. And this could be really significant for his speakership vote, because if he has just a small margin in the House, he might have to work harder to make sure he has enough votes to get that speaker's role.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot like 2020. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. A lot of these races, again, too close to call.